I need you to fix his suit.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
So it all started with the announcement of Ruby Rose playing the Scarlet Knight. The Twitterati were all worked up to a fever pitch, as were the Access media, saying that Ruby Rose wasn't to play the character, but she pressed on despite cringeworthy dialogue like,
Your boss is my cousin. So I have this thing with roles.
And then one day, Ruby wasn't Batwoman anymore. Rumors aplenty were floating around. It was because of her back injury, the schedule, the pandemic.
Yada, yada, yada.
And then, just as mysteriously as she arrived, she was gone. Left to go back to, quote, films. Then we were treated to a, quote, reimagining of the character, as the phrase has been made popular, that would include a race swap, prompting the CW to open a casting call for LGBT, POCs, BIPOCs, and every other term that increasingly resembles a weird socially engineered discriminatory hiring practice hidden behind the thin veil of diversity and inclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Ryan Wilder.
And living in a van down by the river.
With her fucking plant and only becomes Batwoman because the suit literally falls out of the fucking sky unscathed, and she just decides to claim the mantle for herself so she can get back at the people responsible for killing her mom. Spoiler alert, it was fucking Alice, because of course it fucking was. I swear Rachel Scarston should be an A-list actress after this show wraps because she consistently outperforms the constraints put on her by what is far and away the worst fucking writing I have ever seen!
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
So now Ryan is our perpetually victimized, oppressed LGBTQ plus equals at pound sign, dollar sign, percentage, exclamation point, asterisk representation who hates law enforcement because she had to go to prison for making bad decisions and...
Yeah, Caesar!
with a complete piece of shit woman named Angelique Sees, who is simply the definition of trash. Ryan is a completely selfish, narcissistic cow through most of this show, clinging to the victim status and poor oppressed minority at every ham-fisted corner by the pathetic activists who the ultimate waste of air, Caroline Dries, employs to push woke trash on a non-existent audience who's comprised of people like me who watch for the dumpster fire, the Kate Kane loyalists who are thrilled to see a literal glamazon who looks like a gorgeous comic book heroine in the form of Wallace Day has stepped into the role of Kate Kane, or Cersei Sionis, but I don't have the time or energy for that conversation today, and now they want her back under the cowl where she rightfully belongs. But not to be outdone, probably the most toxic segment of the Batwoman fandom are the Ryan Wilder contingent, who are openly racist for the most part, as well as regularly lean on ad hominem attacks. They also attempt to shield Ryan from criticism by using the color of her skin, and anyone who thinks she shouldn't be Batwoman is ultimately racist. Which is funny because during season 1 they were all attacking me for my critiques of the show's piss-poor writing. So much has changed since then. I find myself in a camp of wanting to see Javicia Leslie gone from the role of Ryan because she's a caricature at best, and it's going to hurt her career more than it's going to help it staying on in this role. Plus, Wallace Day is simply the better and more logical fit for the role given the established lore and mythos and the fact that Kate Kane is and always will be Batwoman. Now, if you'll excuse me...
The lesbian!
Need me.